And joining us now on the Comcast Business Hotline, on the call tonight, the one and only Joe Buck. Joe, what's going on, man?
How are you guys today?
We are doing excellent. We got football to talk about. Now, before we get into the football, so I know you go way back with Ricky Bo. I beat my head against the wall working with this guy every day. I mean, how was it to be the St. Louis Cardinals play-by-play when Ricky Bo was on the team? That had to be pretty wild.
We had fun. I mean, from what I remember, he and I had a good time. I mean, I always loved his sense of humor and the way that he kind of looked at the world and looked at baseball. And I was always a fan of him when he was pitching for the Phillies, and then when he was with us, I loved it. So I always gravitated toward the guys that I could laugh with, and Ricky was definitely one of them.
I appreciate that, and I'll send you a check.
Yeah, very politically correct with that response.
It'll be in the mail. All right, Joe.
Yeah, it's true. I wish I could talk trash, but yeah, I like guys that care, and I like guys that wear their emotions on their sleeve, and you didn't have to look very long at Ricky's face to know how his outing was going any particular day.
That is truthful. I got to ask you, you're up at Lambeau, one of the greatest venues in sports. I mean, how are you viewing this game tonight? You got the Eagles coming off of the bye. You got the Packers coming off of a loss in their last game. Should be an interesting night.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, there's a ton of Eagles fans up here. We all got in here yesterday morning, and we're at the hotel right across the street from the stadium. In the lobby, there's every shade of green you've ever seen in your life. There's either Packer green, there's Philly green, there's throwback Philly green, there's, whatever, Kelly green, whatever you guys call it. It is a hornet's nest here right now. So I just walk through the lobby. I walk fast. I keep my head down. I don't want anybody throwing anything at me. I go to my room and I prepare for tonight's game. I'm looking right at the outside of Lambeau Field from my hotel room window right now. I like you said, I mean, Green Bay, I don't know. They look at their season. Their only two losses are at Cleveland, and at home there's a 13-point favorite to Carolina. Like, you can't make that up. It's hard to really understand, and I think any team that's that inconsistent has got to bring with them question marks every time they take the field till they put that to bed. And I think Philly, coming off their bye week, coming off that good game against the Giants and getting back under center and running the ball the way they did against the Giants with over 270 yards on the ground, Saquon having his biggest game of the year. I think that's what they have to get back to. I know I'm not alone in that. That's kind of what they rode last year to winning it all. And I expect them, even with A.J. Brown back in the lineup tonight, to come out here and pound the Green Bay Packers and make Green Bay prove they can stop it.
Yeah, we're talking to the great Joe Buck. Now, Joe, you mentioned walking through Eagles fans, you're putting your head down because you don't want to get things thrown at you. I know you've addressed this before, but we're a sensitive fan base. We've put that behind us now, right? You remember people used to accuse you of, you don't like Philly.
Now that I don't do baseball anymore, maybe that takes a little bit of the edge off. Yeah, I mean, being the national guy is never fun. If you want to be loved, that's probably not the best gig for you. But I've said it a million times, and it's true, and I say it. If I'm on with a Philly radio station or Philly TV station, I like fans who care. And if they know I'm there and they want to boo me or they want to cheer me or they don't care if I'm there or not, but they care about what's going on the field, I'm in. When you go to Lincoln Financial, the place has always got crowd noise. It's never dull. And, a lot of it is good-natured. Some of it isn't, but a lot of it's good-natured. And I feel like as time goes on, you realize that none of that stuff is true, first of all. And secondly, I think it gets overblown more by the fan bases than it certainly does me. I go into this game tonight or really any night. I don't care who wins. I just want to see a great game, and I want to see a good rating. And beyond that, let's just do the best job we can and try and have fun.
All right, talking about football, I'm sure you look around the league. Are you a little surprised that some of the teams that are supposed to be top-tiered, they're losing to, like, bad teams lately? I mean, we just saw it yesterday with the Bills, losing to the Dolphins. Is this just parity?
I think it's parity. I don't know what else to put on it. I have to believe, and I've not seen any figures on it, I have to believe Vegas is having a good year because you just can't get a read on what these teams are going to be week in and week out. I think you brought up the best example of all. I mean, it's not that, and it's a divisional game, and they know each other well and all that, but that was not, Miami just getting by and getting a win. They dominated that game from the very beginning, and nobody would have seen that coming, I don't think, coming into that ball game. So you see it all over the place. And again, like I said, with Green Bay, they lose a home game against Carolina when they're a 13.5 point favorite. That's just impossible to wrap your head around. So it is parity. I think it's what makes this league fun in many ways, except if you're picking the wrong side and you have something on the game. I think any team can beat any, and who knows who's going to be left standing at the end of the year. I think that, and then the injuries are nuts. We get a paragraph sent to us in our research packet every day of each team, and it is line after line of guys that are nicked up, serious injuries, whatever it is. It's just a long laundry list, and it makes you feel like whichever team is healthiest and left standing at the end of the year is going to win the Super Bowl, because some of these teams are signing guys off the street and putting them right in the lineup.
Yeah, we'll see one of them tonight, hopefully, with Brandon Graham coming off of his couch.
Yeah.
But now you said it's hard to predict, and I'm right there with you. But we'll learn more about the Eagles and Packers tonight. But as you look around the NFC, who do you see as the real deal in the NFC right now?
Well, I came into the year saying the same thing, and it gets boring because everybody goes, "Oh, who do you like in the NFC? Who's going to win the Super Bowl?" And every year I feel like I say Philadelphia and Detroit. And I said that coming into this year. I still think Philly, until somebody proves they can beat them in the NFC. That's the team to beat. But Green Bay's on that list as a team that can. I think Detroit, another team that is got a long list of injuries that they navigate. But again, a lot of teams are dealing with that. And the Rams. I think the Rams have kind of come up and surprised everybody. And Matthew Stafford, all I read coming into the year was, is he done? He's got a bad back. He hasn't practiced, and he pops up the week before the season starts, and the guy's setting records now that he's never touched with the accuracy and with the touchdown passes and the no interceptions. That was a resounding win that they had yesterday on the road in Santa Clara. So I think you have to put them on the very short list too.
Hey, Joe, obviously you're working with Troy Aikman. Tell us a little bit about, what is your day like leading up to this game tonight?
Well, we have a meeting in the morning. We all, like I said earlier, we all get in kind of the day before the game. Typically, we're all sitting around watching all the games and kind of finishing up our work. And we've got our research people in there, producer, director. It's just nice to be able to talk as a group and watch other games, especially games that we're about to do. Like we've got Dallas and Vegas coming up, and then we've got the 49ers and the Panthers, believe it or not, coming up after that. So it's just good as a group to get together. We have a meeting in the morning. We had it today in Central Time Zone. It's at 10 o'clock, and we kind of button it all up, look at all the graphics that we're going to potentially show in tonight's game, talk about different storylines, look at the In the Air Tonight tease that we play at the beginning, and just kind of refresh everybody's mind on what we're thinking going in. But I hate leaning on that stuff. Like, to me, that's all well and good, but a game is going to happen tonight that nobody's ever seen. And I think when you go in with preconceived notions and trying to fit the game around your tape pieces or graphics or whatever it is, you're asking for a boring telecast. I think you got to be on the new stuff tonight, see where the game takes us. Hopefully we cover it well. And we'll all be watching with open eyes and seeing, who steps forward tonight. I think it's a big game for both teams.
Well, Joe, we really appreciate it, man. No joke. I think you and Troy do it better than anybody. So thanks for taking the time to join the show, my man.
Yeah, anytime. I'm happy to talk to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, there he is. The great Joe Buck will be on the call tonight, Monday Night Football with Troy Aikman.